The professional life of someone with ADHD heavily relies on communication. How you behave at work or how others perceive you can be crucial for your professional advancement. The problem is that hardly anyone explains the best way to act in these situations until now. I'm going to explain how to take control of your professional life. In the first link in the description, I once helped someone who thought they had ADHD because they would start reading 3 or 4 books and still managed to read them. But she had difficulty organizing and prioritizing and thought that this might be ADHD. Even though this isn't a rule, ADHD usually affects your decision-making ability, taking action, prioritization, and execution. So, usually, if it were a sign of ADHD, you would start reading not just 3 books, but 5, and you probably wouldn't be able to finish any of them. That would be a more classic sign. Although I know that people with ADHD can read books and everything, even though it is perhaps the minority, because one of the main traits is the issue of you really not being able to finish. But what I want to say is this: a good way to prioritize things in your life is to have a bit more clarity. It's about taking a moment to think for about 5 minutes before making any decision. This example of the book, for instance, if you have 3 books that you started reading, you need to think, all right, in the current situation of my life, for the things I'm doing, for the things I'm executing, for the work I'm doing, which one is going to bring me the best result? And you see, all right, is it book A, B, or C? It's book B, let's say. All right, so you know that you should prioritize book B, but it doesn't help at all to just stay in the stage of prioritization and organization, for example, because ADHD also has that aspect. Sometimes we prepare so much, we sharpen the axe so much that the axe gets eaten. You make it dull from sharpening it too much. Remember that a pound of action is worth more than a ton of preparation. In other words, it doesn't help at all to see various theories about everything if you're not executing anything. So, with ADHD, spend less time in the preparation stage and put more energy into the execution stage. Only action generates results, and otherwise you're just someone with good intentions. And if you want to learn more about ADHD, don't forget to subscribe to the ADHD Club. In action, you can click here on the card or on the link down below in the description. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel, alright? I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, see you later, bye-bye. Imagine living in healthy relationships, with greater acceptance among you, without fights over forgetfulness, poor communication, or lack of organization. You can learn all of this in the club. ADHD in Action, the toolbox for ADHD. Check it out in the first link in the description.